Let's take a look at some of what's happening on X, Ohio political news. This is really good news here. Pride Month is dead. Now it's America First Month. Look at that. That is a Target store, and Target has ditched all of the DEI and it's ditched all of the LGBTQ, and it's put in America First merchandise. Oh, that's the way to do it, guys. That's the way to do it. DEI is dead. What else we got here? Ramaswamy talks like Reagan, but he's got to govern Ohio like Reagan would. This is a Columbus Dispatch opinion where they're saying that Ramaswamy reminds them of Reagan. They also put in there that Jim Tressel is too green to be the Ohio governor, which is interesting. I agree with that, too. He's too green. He's also too old. All right, he's in his 70s. We don't want him as governor. I want that young blood. I want that guy that's going to kick some butt, get into Bitcoin, get into AI, get into making Ohio great again. That's what we want, all right? But he's going to have to govern like Reagan. It can't be all talk. Cannot be all talk. Get the one big, beautiful bill passed. Yes, get that big, beautiful bill passed already. Let's do it, Congress. Do something. You guys don't do a whole lot. Get out there and do it. Here's Ramaswamy talking about we need a red state, not red tape in this state of Ohio. I like that. I like the way it sounds. Here's some other things. Let's go. Okay, we the people, we demand what? Arrests? We the people want prosecutions. We the people want convictions. Yes, I want it. I want some real... I want some justice, all right? Justice in this great country. We have got to make sure that happens. All right, here's a good one. Seniors should be exempt from property taxes. Absolutely 100%. Every single senior, 65 and over, you don't pay any more property taxes, period. Ohio political news here. Look at this fraud that took place in 2020. And you cannot tell me with a straight face that there wasn't a whole lot of fraud going on in 2020. But in a strange way, I'm kind of glad that Trump lost because he's coming back like a bull in a china shop, and he is doing good. He's a wrecking ball. But look at that closely. 2020. I mean, look at that. Look at that area right there. That is so phony, how it just shot straight up. And that's when everything shut down. All the phony ballots came in. All of them were for Joe Biden, shot straight up. Otherwise, Biden would have probably done worse than what Kamala Harris did in 2024. Believe it or not, he would have did worse in 2020. But he won. They cheated, and they're paying the price now, big time. Let's see what else we have on X. Ohio political news. Congress is composed of the most useless, incompetent, lazy, do-nothing, pampered slugs on the face of the earth. And that's saying it mildly. Cat Turd wrote this. He said, after an 11-day Memorial Day weekend, the Republican Congress is back to work today, and they will do nothing to help Trump, which is exactly the case. They will do absolutely nothing to help Trump. They've got one job right now, Congress. Pass the big, beautiful bill. That's it. And these guys take more vacation time than you can imagine. They just took an 11-day vacation after Memorial Day, and prior to that, they were gone for a couple of weeks on vacation. This is sickening. All right, absolutely sickening. Man, we have really got to figure that out. Here's that MSNBC's viewership has tanked. It's just gone so far south, and there's Jen Psaki, and there's the other cohorts. I mean, it's funny, but nobody watches that legacy media. Nobody watches MSNBC anymore. Nobody watches CNN. Their ratings are just so horrible, and that's good. Now, Fox's ratings are at an all-time high, by the way. Okay, here's something about public schools. They are not a priority anymore. Vouchers and lower property taxes are. That's a response to what Morgan Trow was writing, and from WEWS Channel 5 and Ohio Capital Journal. There was an article there that says that the Ohio educators, the teachers, they held a one last rally to urge the state Senate to fully fund public schools ahead of the chamber's budget proposal. They want more money. And when did the schools not want more money? Was there ever a time that they were satisfied with the amount of money that they're getting? Even though it's so ridiculously high, they waste it. It's waste, fraud, and abuse like you would never imagine. And they always want more. Well, the state has finally come to its senses. They are giving more money to the schools. The public schools are getting more money now than they've ever gotten. It's just a smaller amount of an increase than they wanted, and they're just crying. They're just bawling their eyes out, crying. And I tell you what, every time those levies pass, your property taxes go up. And this is why the property taxes are so high. 65% of it is going to the public schools. Think about that, okay? We need vouchers, and vouchers is the key. And we need to get rid of the property taxes. Those are the priorities, not the public school anymore. The public school needs to go on a massive diet. And even if we got rid of the property taxes totally here in Ohio, which we have Brian Massey on the podcast every Sunday night, and he is spearheading that movement along with some other people to get and abolish property taxes in Ohio. But even if you abolish the property taxes in Ohio, the schools are still going to be funded, and they're going to be funded very well. It's just not going to be on the backs of your house. It's just not going to be, if you don't pay your property taxes, they're going to come and take your house away. That will never happen. Okay? The sales tax, if you have more money in your pockets because you're not paying a property tax, think about how much more goods and services you will buy. That's a higher sales tax revenue that'll be coming into this state, which is going to offset some of the $22 billion that the property taxes collect. And there's other means of generating income. But just get rid of the property taxes. That's what we're asking. That's a step in the right direction, and that will bring in so much tourism, that will bring in so much population. People will be flocking to come to this state, this great Midwestern state. We need to make it the greatest Midwestern state there is. We got to make it red. We got to keep it red. The Buckeyes are red. Ohio is red in the Republican Party.